We'll go ahead and get started then. Thank you for everyone who joined us here today. I'm going to take this session to kick off the program, introduce kind of all the teams and who we have here that's going to be represented as part of the first cohort of the program. These sessions will be recorded. I know that some people may not be able to attend. I know it's pretty difficult. We have teams across all different time zones, all the way from Asia, West Coast, everywhere in between. So kind of spanning the globe with all of these. So these sessions are recorded. The material will also be shared out with everyone thereafter, as well as we have a few other artifacts that we'll share with the teams. That should cover everything. And of course, we have all of our communication channels through Telegram, where if there is any questions or any follow-ups or anything else that we need to do, or any questions anybody has, we're always available to address those as they come up. So yeah, first of all, a huge thank you to everyone here. I know that we have 4 teams being represented. So we have Sven with us in the room here today. We have MedEngine, who's one of the teams as well with the program. We have Pre-Stocks. Not sure if Xavier from the Pre-Stocks team will be able to join us. I know that he had some potential conflicts, so he might be able to join us, maybe not. Anyways, and we also have FloJo in the house as well here today. And we have our core team as well as a bunch of different vendors joining us here today. So thank you to everyone who took the time to join us. Throughout the course of the program, we obviously will have collective communication channels, and there will be plenty of opportunities for everybody to meet together, collab together, a bunch of different things that we can all do together. So really, really excited about that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. To start us off, gonna kind of level set with the agenda that we're gonna focus on here today. So like I said, we'll do a little bit of welcome introductions. We'll kind of level set the program. We'll introduce you guys and make sure everybody's familiar with who sorry, just need to close all right, who everybody is and gonna be able to be supported. Then we'll kind of touch on a few key areas of focus throughout the program. We'll specifically dive into kind of the advisory and mentorship component of the program, what that means for all of you, how to engage, and the different ways to engage with all the different contributors that will be helping support the growth and evolution as you guys are building out over these next few months here. We'll discuss a little bit about the community engagement and distribution. Obviously, a big part that we want to drive and facilitate for teams through the program is the community engagement aspect of it, where we leverage our community, the MonkeDAO ecosystem, to help your guys' products with growth, with visibility, driving adoption of everything that you guys are building and things like that. We'll touch on some of the ecosystem partnerships that we've lined up so far. We'll brief some of the few other ones that we have going on and to look forward to, as well as opening it up to your teams as well for what you'd like to see within the ecosystem and areas that you want us to follow up on and provide additional support on. Then we'll touch on our investor network, what that all means. Obviously, at the end of the 8 weeks of programming, it will lead into a demo day. That all being said, I want to make it clear, it's not just an 8-week program with the MonkeFoundry program. We view the teams that we bring into the program as part of the MonkeDAO family and the ecosystem for the long term. So we're invested in the long-term success and growth of the teams that we support here. We'll then walk through kind of what that 8-week programming looks like. We'll break down a few of the different weeks just to give you guys a high-level idea of what to expect over the next 8 weeks here. And then we'll round it up at next steps. As I go through this and chat through the different items that we have to cover here, if there is any questions, either feel free to drop them in the chat or just raise your hand. Do let us know. We want this to be as collaborative as possible, so don't hesitate to ask any questions and raise your hand if there's anything that comes up. With us here today, as I briefly alluded to, we obviously have the teams in the program. We have our core team on the MonkeFoundry side, as well as advisors and mentors who are participating in this session here today. So a lot of these individuals, as I said, you will interact with and get to know each other really well over the next little while here. The beauty of what we have within this program is we have business owners, we have builders within the ecosystem, we have very connected individuals in the ecosystems, we have investors, advisors, a whole slew of top subject matter experts within the Solana ecosystem and Web3 in general, So there's a ton of value to be had if you are willing to engage and interact with each other. So really excited about that. So kind of just level setting, you guys kind of all know what our vision is here, but it's important to kind of just narrow in on and just, beat that drum on this. MonkeFoundry is obviously the official MonkeDAO incubator. We want to support and help build startups within the Solana ecosystem and help teams kind of get to that next stage of their growth and evolution, specifically from a lens of growing their businesses and establishing and giving them the support, exposure, and visibility that a team needs to kind of bring their visions to life. One thing that we've realized in the ecosystem is there's a lot of teams with a lot of great ideas, but without the right frameworks and the right distribution models within their builds and within their projects, sometimes a lot of good ideas go to die when they don't get the right support and vision that it takes to really take them to that next stage. Our vision is pretty simple. We want to find the best builders in the ecosystem. We fund them, we help accelerate that, and then we amplify them and tap into everything that MonkeDAO has to offer to really bring these teams to the next level. Our core team here, most of you have probably met most of the team here. If not, I just kind of iterate in case these are the people you'll be interacting with, so we'll reach out to. We'll have obviously sessions and everything with all of you, and have already been doing so with many of you already here today. So myself, Min, are just helping support and lead the program. We have Benny, who does our core operations lead. He is going to be kind of a key point of contact for all of you and will help support with anything that you all need and help facilitate many things on the back end for our program as well. Amazing resource that everyone can rely on and tap into. We have LilyPad. LilyPad is our core marketing communications lead for the MonkeFoundry program. So when you see content being pushed out, our social channels management, if you need support with marketing, if you need support with anything to do with growth and communications and marketing, she's an absolute all-star. So do rely on her and reach out and ask any questions should they come up. We have Dev. Dev is our investment and partnerships lead. He's the one who helps with a lot of the partnerships that we line up within the program. He helps support, as many of you have already seen, with obviously the contractual negotiations and the formatting. And he's our key point of contact on anything there. He also is the one who helps support bring in a ton of different investors in the ecosystem, which we'll talk a little bit about, and you should come to expect over the evolution and the growth of the program, as well as he also helps support with the Monkey Ventures program as well. So a key figure within the ecosystem and within the program that is extremely resourceful and helpful to tap into. We have Static. Static is our technical and product lead. So he is OG Solana developer. He knows everything about the blockchain inside and out. So if there are any technical questions, he's a key resource that we can tap into and can help support you guys with your growth and any technical related questions, integrations, whatever it may be on that front. We have Jemmy and Cersei. They are two executives within the team. Jemmy is obviously one of the original co-founders of MonkeDAO, as well as the lead exec in the MonkeDAO for the MonkeDAO project and MonkeDAO community. Cersei is our lead marketing exec within the MonkeDAO ecosystem as well, and will be helping support kind of bridge the experiences and the amplifications and content and marketing, anything that we do spanning across the channels between, sorry about that, between MonkeDAO and MonkeFoundry and your respective teams as well. Cool. So next up, we have why MonkeFoundry. We kind of touch on these points a lot. So obviously we have the DAO back capital. We've obviously met with many of you. We kind of walked through all the terms, so we won't spend too much time talking on that today. But a few other elements that really make up this program and where we want to help drive value to all of you is through these other four elements, which is our world-class mentorship that we want to offer to all the different teams here, the community distribution side of it, the partnerships and everything that you guys can tap into and help with your growth, application, and evolution of your projects, your businesses, and then our investor network. Obviously, all of this culminating into the demo day that we will bring together the top investors, VCs, angels, syndicates within the ecosystem to help you guys with that next stage of growth. We understand as we go through this program, each team has slightly different needs and slightly different areas that they are looking for support on. So as we go through the program, do keep in mind that although we have kind of a structured format that we want to help support the teams with, we are also looking to kind of customize to the needs of every individual team. So as many of you we've discussed already kind of like what are the goals and outcomes and everything that you're looking to get out of this program, areas of focus and areas of opportunities. So we will continue to have those conversations to make sure that as we go and progress through the program, we are addressing and helping those teams in the areas where you need it most and can deliver you the most value. So first up, just want to start with our mentorship and what we have to offer here, how you guys can interact, and some of the different resources and individuals that you'll be engaging with and tapping into to help with your growth. So first up, we have our 3 program advisors. We have Jayloon. Jayloon is a big early stage investor and advisor, works for a really big investment firm. I can't remember the exact name. Jimmy can maybe drop it in the chat if you guys are interested. But anyways, he has a wealth of experience when it comes to investing and early stage builders. A great resource to tap into for obviously follow-on funding and everything that we have to offer on that front. We have Miro. Miro is the head of business development at Soulflare. Also another amazing resource, super well connected, obviously knows all things Solana inside and out, and super eager and passionate about helping teams grow and evolving Solana ecosystem. So and also an amazing resource that is super valuable in how we evolve and build this program and give back and make sure that you guys are on the right path to your growth. And then, of course, Nam. I mean, Nam probably doesn't need any introduction. You guys all kind of know Nam, one of the original co-founders of MonkeDAO, one of the co-founders of Moonwalk, and then obviously Bomb. So also program advisors. These program advisors will be available within a Slack framework for you guys to interact and engage with directly within the program, as well as they're involved in some of the administrative and kind of like the organizational level of things with MonkeFoundry as well. Next up, huge roster of mentors here. The reason we have so many mentors is mentors provide value and will be involved in a multitude of different ways within the program. Some mentors will be directly assigned to your individual teams based on the conversations that we've had on areas that you are looking for the most support and can provide the most value. Obviously, these mentors are subject matter experts in a bunch of different domains within the ecosystem, from building businesses, from marketing, from communications, from development, a whole bunch of, from just BD, whatever it may be. There's a whole bunch of mentors that we're able to tap into to help support with teams' growth. Like I said, some mentors will be directly assigned to teams. Other mentors will be involved in putting together some of the different Foundry sessions and workshops that we'll be supporting and delivering to you guys throughout the course of the program, as well as some mentors will just be available for you to tap into where they have subject matter expertise, and you can engage with them to really meet with them, address questions, and they can provide value in a bunch of different ways. We'll provide summaries to each of the individual teams on the floating mentors for where you can reach out to them and where they can help drive and provide the most value to all of you. I'll kind of pause there and see if there's any questions so far. Let me check the chat quickly. Nope, nothing in the chat. Cool, awesome. I'll continue on then. So next up, just want to highlight some of the assigned mentors to the individual teams. All these mentors, Benny would have reached out to you all already. We'll get you guys included into all the individual team chats. These mentors were selected specifically with the goal in mind of addressing very specific areas that teams have identified as needing additional support on, or just being a value add in a very specific way. These mentors will be available on a more regular basis, where you can meet with 1, 2, or 3 of them on a given week as we go through the program, and they're accessible and available to help support all of you. Each mentor and team will obviously meet together. You guys can kind of discuss and review the products and everything that you guys are building together. You can reiterate some of the areas of opportunities that you all have. And then from there, we want to ensure that, you guys are connecting on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, with at least 1 to 2 mentors a week, to kind of address and drive some of the points that we'll be focusing on for the different themes as we go through the program. So just a quick high level here on the specific assigned mentors. But yeah, like I said, a bunch of other mentors that are going to be involved in a multitude of different ways as we progress through the program. Next up, kind of want to just chat a little bit about the community distribution side of the program and what we have to offer and how we want to help drive value to teams through this. So obviously, as many of you know, MonkeDAO has one of the largest and most active Web3 communities within the ecosystem. This ultimately powers the distribution, discovery, and growth for our builders. We believe that with the right frameworks in place and with the right incentives and the right benefits to our members, we can be a great value add to teams. Obviously, most members within our ecosystem are Web3 power users, understand how things work, understand what drives incentives, what drives value, and how to provide feedback to different teams to help with the growth and evolution of what you're building within the ecosystem. This is made up in a multitude of different ways. We obviously have our Banana Stand platform. For those who aren't familiar, our Banana Stand platform is our community engagement and rewards platform. We want to leverage the Banana Stand platform to create campaigns, to create quests and outcomes and initiatives where we can get our communities engaged to using and providing feedback and driving visibility for your products and your teams. So the Banana Stand platform, there's a multitude of different ways. We'll obviously connect with each team individually to figure out which ways we can leverage Banana Stand for each of your individual products. So like I mentioned, there's different quests that we can put up. There's different ways that we can reward members with our own rewards point system, which is Bananas, in case you aren't familiar. We have ways to do interactive surveys, interactive feedbacks, interactive engagement with members through this platform. We can track progress and growth and make sure that we're rewarding members and incentivizing them in the right ways to get the most value out of your products and the growth of your products, badges, a whole bunch of different things that we will look to do with that platform. So really, really excited about that and everything that is available to be offered through that. We obviously have a bunch of co-marketing in our social channels that we will use to amplify and drive teams. We have our MonkeDAO channels. We have our MonkeFoundry channels. On the MonkeFoundry side, we obviously have our Twitter channel. We have a LinkedIn channel set up, as well as going to be driving the teams through Instagram as well. I know maybe we're revealing much there, but Lilipad has some amazing ideas and some really cool things that we want to do with for teams to drive that visibility across these different channels. The big thing that we leverage specifically the MonkeFoundry channels for is to drive the visibility and growth of your products and your team. So our lens and the perspective that we take is, how do we leverage these channels to give value to the teams that we help support? We have other methods and other initiatives, I guess you can call, within the MonkeDAO ecosystem that teams can tap into. So we have monthly Monkey Talk, which is a space hosted monthly with key teams within the ecosystem. On Twitter Spaces, those are recorded, those are clipped. So there's a bunch of visibility that we drive through that, as well as we have our weekly Monkey Monday Spotlight Spaces, which is also hosted by Benny here. So that's another avenue that you can tap into. We also have not only the MonkeFoundry teams and partnerships that we've lined up, but we have a broader MonkeDAO partner network where it makes sense, and with the right models and frameworks in place, we can leverage and tap into these MonkeDAO partners to help drive that visibility, growth, partnerships, collaboration opportunities for everything that you guys are building as well. And then we have our extended media network. So this is obviously within our own community. Some of you may already seen. We have members who are just passionate about what we're building, what you guys are building, are going to help amplify, drive visibility and drive growth through social channels of what you guys are building. We also have a bunch of other partners within the community and the ecosystem that we tap into and work with as well. So there's a whole range of opportunities, different spaces, different podcasts, different things that you guys can tap into to get that visibility and growth for what you guys are building. Once again, I'll pause here for a second to see if there's any questions, any areas of clarification, anything anybody wants to bring up at this stage.
I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
When Monkey?
Oh, yes, we will touch on that. So as many of you obviously know, we've asked how many members on your teams don't have monkeys yet. We'll make sure that, for the teams, we have some Gen 3s to get you guys. They're going to be locked up for 12 months. After the 12 months, obviously, they're yours to keep. But this will give you full access to all the entire MonkeDAO ecosystem, the entire MonkeDAO network. It's like you have the monkey on your own. The only difference is it's through, we have like a lockup platform that we built for the program, meaning that, we're not going to give you a monkey and people go and dump it. So yes, that will be this week. I do have them all. I submitted them all in squads and stuff like that. So I'll connect with all of you on who are going to get them on Telegram. There will be a custom code, a custom link, a claim code and claim link that I'll share with you individually to get you guys set up on that. For those of you who don't already have it.
Let's go. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. So next up, I just want to touch a little bit on our ecosystem partnerships and some of the benefits, perks that teams will get to tap into as part of the program. Some of the relationships that we have and some of the conversations we've had and agreements we have with different teams in the ecosystem. So first up, obviously, huge shout out to Solflare. Solflare is one of the premier backers, not only of MonkeFoundry, but MonkeDAO as a whole. It feels like we can always rely on Solflare for being an amazing partner and always helping support not only like our community and the DAO, but individual members, teams building within the ecosystem. So they've always been an amazing partner for us, and we're super excited that they're also partnering with us on the MonkeFoundry program. Obviously, with the Solflare team, you'll get direct priority technical access. You'll get a point of contact for any wallet integrations, onboarding, product feedback, things like that. We're going to look to get some sessions set up for you guys as well, where you can meet directly with them, walk through your products, and explore different opportunities with all of them. So yeah, huge shout out to Solflare. Huge opportunity for us. They obviously have mentioned, for teams where it makes sense and there's aligned use cases, there's potential for obviously investment and follow-on funding, things from within that domain. As well as, Solflare has a massive distribution advantage with their wallet and, the users that they have within the network. And they've offered to have MonkeFoundry teams be amplified and featured within the wallets, featured through their channels. So they're also another amazing resource and amazing network that we can tap into for our members to get exposure, growth, and visibility for everything that you guys are building and doing. We also have Squads as a partner. For those of you who are familiar with the, there's a whole roster of products that Squads offers, but they've offered free access to the Grid API for 8 weeks for our teams. You guys can kind of check that out. We can share details on what that is. They've offered any priority technical or integration support for the teams. They're available, and we'll have a resource dedicated to the teams should there be any support required on their end, and can help you guys with that growth, as well as features through their different channels as well. We have Sec3, Vibes also in the chat. Vibes is also a mentor as well, and also a partner with Sec3. So huge shout out to them on that front as well. They're offering a discount on audit services. Sec3 is a security audit firm. So amazing resource and opportunity to tap in there. Priority technical guidance. So with most of these partners, what you'll notice is different teams will have different choices of different things that we want to offer. We want to obviously give you guys access to the best in the ecosystem. And with that comes support, technical guidance, consulting, whatever it may be, with all of that as well. So thank you to Sec3 on that front. And then Zenith. Zenith is also a security audit service provider. And similar, they have some discounted services that you can tap into if you're looking for audits. technical guidance, support, so on and so forth. Next up, we also have some of the more technical side of things. So we have Alchemy. Alchemy is a whole developer resourcing platform and tooling. So if you are interested in what they have to offer there, they're offering up to $5,000 a month in free credits for free Alchemy credits for different tooling and everything that they have to offer, as well as integration support, technical support, consulting, a bunch of different technical areas to be tapped into on that front there. Triton as well. Triton is also another a technical service provider in the ecosystem. So they've agreed to provide access to Triton services and API at no cost until teams start generating a substantial share or revenue within their products. So if you are interested in these services and everything that we have to offer here, we will obviously get the teams in contact to support teams on that front. We also have Helios. Helios has offered 8 months of free business tier or 4 months of free professional tier access for $4,000 value for teams interested in using their services. They also, with that, would come approval into their Helios Startup Launchpad, access to the Helios network of builders, founders, investors on Solana as well. We also have legal nodes. This one hasn't officially been announced yet, but I guess I'm kind of front running this one. But legal nodes, if you're looking for legal services, there's going to be a free, they're offering free 30-minute session to kind of meet with teams to help you guys with anything that may be required on the legal front. They have a bunch of different workshops and things like that you'll get to tap into. And they'll provide some discounts on credits and services when it comes to anything you need, all things legal. There's a few other legal providers that we're in conversations with and we'll be lining up with, as well as we have on the MonkeDAO side. For those of you who are familiar, Givner Law, Ariel, Givy. So she's also more than helpful, as some of you have already seen as well, and can tap into by request on that front. And there are a few more other partnerships that are in conversations right now. Just didn't want to leak them, as still finalizing some of the details. With that being said, if there are ecosystem tooling services providers, be it legal services, be it tokenomics experts, be it finance experts, be it BD experts, whatever it may be, and different teams and projects within the ecosystem that you feel would be of value to what you're building and your growth as a team, do let us know. We will obviously follow up and try to make those relationships happen. So yeah, it's kind of like an open call to teams. If there are opportunities and partnerships that we haven't already identified or may not already be in progress, do let us know. We want to make sure that we're delivering the value and creating the right partnerships within the program that deliver the most value to you. Once again, I'll kind of pause there for a quick break and a sip of coffee if anybody has any questions. All right, I'll take that as continuation. All right, so next up, just want to touch on a little bit about the investor network and some of the opportunities that we're going to be lining up and working for creating for the teams and everything that we have to offer through the program. So obviously, as some of you may be familiar, we have the Monkey Ventures program. That's a part of MonkeDAO as well. So for teams, I know that different teams may be at different stages in their raise progress, in their raise roadmap, I guess, if you want to call it that. But one of the things that we want to do for the teams here is give them the opportunity to get them set up in the right way with the right tools and resources and give them that priority access to Monkey Ventures. Monkey Ventures is our MonkeDAO investment syndicate where our members can choose to invest in different teams that get offered to different teams within the network. Like I said, Dev on the team is also help support with certain things on the MonkeFoundry program. Obviously, Jemmy, who's also on the call here, he helps lead that program as well. So if there are any questions, if there is interest in kind of going down that path, I know some of you, we've already discussed about this, but that is an opportunity and something that we'll all work towards to kind of bring together and give you guys that exposure and give you guys that opportunity on that front. Obviously, within our network and within our community, we have a ton of different angel investors. So if there are specific investors that you see within the ecosystem that you want to get in touch with, do let us know. There's going to be like a roster and a list that we'll share out with you guys in the latter half of the program. in a couple weeks here that you can reach out to and directly integrate with based on, the industries and the verticals that you guys are focusing on, to make sure that we're connecting you with the right individuals on that front, as well as different VCs within the network. We have a ton of different VCs within the ecosystem that are part of not only the MonkeDAO community, but the broader MonkeDAO network. So we want to make sure that we give you the opportunity and the exposure and make those introductions to give you the connections that you need to be successful in your raises from that front. Obviously, within the Solana ecosystem, there's a ton of different investment syndicates, similar to like the Monkey Ventures syndicate. There's other syndicates within the ecosystem that we are working to help connect and bring together to give you guys that exposure and that opportunity to help support with that fundraising opportunities that you guys may have on that front. Some of them here we'll discuss in more details with what some of these syndicates are as we kind of iron out different things. But I mean, some of them are mentors within the ecosystem, so you can kind of guess who some of them are already in the ecosystem. I mean, in the MonkeFoundry program. So yeah, really excited about that, and ultimately we want to make sure that we bring together the best backers in the ecosystem to really drive the most value and the best opportunity for investment for teams, as well as if there is interest for teams to explore other accelerators, other incubators within the ecosystem. We want to make sure that we help support you all within that domain as well. So this kind of is a full view of what it means when we discuss our investor network. Obviously, as we go through the programming, it's going to culminate in our demo day, where we will bring together projects, teams, individuals, investors from all these different verticals, so that when we do that demo day, you guys get that best exposure and get the best opportunity to kind of drive that next stage of growth. Some teams may be looking to raise, some of you may not. We'll discuss that as we kind of go through the program on some of the different opportunities and options that you have available. We want to make sure that we're delivering on what makes the most sense for you. Some of you may be looking to do private raises. Some of you may be looking for a more immediate token launch. Whatever it may be, the goal of the program, and as we work through it all, is to make sure that you guys are best set up to be successful in whichever decision you make for your business going forward. All right, any questions about that? Chat, nothing there. Cool. Awesome. So next up, I'm going to kind of dive into a little bit of the programming and what you can expect from the programming over the next 8 weeks. Damn, time's flying by. Okay, cool. All right, programming. So just kind of level setting on what are going to be some of our key quote unquote ceremonies, or some of the key things that we'll do on a regular basis, and different ways of communication and distribution and alignment that we'll make sure that we kind of provide to the different teams. Also touch on some of the communication methods and tooling. Like I said, obviously different teams have different needs. We want to make sure that everything's catered to your specific needs to help with the growth and evolution of what you are working on. So we will always take everything from that lens. With that being said, some of the things I will do is we'll have weekly kickoff comms and focus alignment. So as you'll see with each week, we'll have a specific theme and a specific focus for that different week. So we'll share those out. We'll make sure that any material, any programming, any pre-work that needs to kind of be done to kind of make sure that you guys are successful in the program, we'll be aligning on all of that as each week kicks off. Each week we'll be hosting sessions like this roughly around this time. Do let us know if this time doesn't work for any reason, and we'll try to make sure that we're accommodative. But we'll have weekly sessions for the different for the different themes of the week, where we'll bring in subject matter experts and people focus on those specific categories to kind of help drive that value. Obviously, we'll have weekly mentor connects with the different teams. So we'll facilitate and make sure that you guys are set up for success on that front. And then from there, you guys can kind of connect and meet with your any number of mentors that you have on a weekly basis. If there's any other teams, any other subject matter experts that you feel would be valuable in a given week that you want us to reach out to, bring in, and connect you with, obviously do let us know. That's kind of what we're here to do and help provide. Make sure that we give you the best resources and the best connections available to kind of make you, to be of the most value there. We'll have advisor connect. So advisors are obviously super busy. Some may be more accessible and available than others. but at minimum, we'll want to make sure with each of the 3 individual advisors, you'll get at least 1 touch point a month across the different teams with each of those different advisors. You'll connect and we'll make sure that we connect you with them and their teams and what their projects and things that they're working on. Those we'll kind of figure out with each of you individually, but there will be access to connecting to those advisors. We'll have our weekly MonkeFoundry core team and project connect. So as we kind of go through the program, we'll connect with the different teams, but you'll get an opportunity to connect with our core team individually on a weekly basis. Make sure that we're tracking how things are going with the program, how we can better support you guys, any changes that we need to make to anything that we're doing, any opportunities that we have to identify together. But we'll have those regular weekly sessions to check into. We have our weekly Monkey DAO town halls. This week we'll bring, for all of you who are available, we'll bring you guys up. We'll do a more formal introduction to all the team. If you guys are available, we'll get you guys to kind of come up and speak. That'll be at this week's town hall. Those happen every Friday. So if we'll get you guys set up with that. And then going forward, as we progress through the program on a weekly basis, if there's specific product feature releases, if there's specific updates, if there's specific ways that you want to engage with our community, we will have dedicated availability and time slots within the town halls that you can kind of come up and directly connect with the community with what you're building on and everything that we have to offer there. We'll be doing bi-weekly program share outs. So to the DAO, to the community as a whole, just kind of how things are progressing, some of the big highlights that we have for the different teams to kind of call out will be kind of a wrap up on a bi-weekly basis. And we will also be producing monthly reports to our investor participants. So investors that will be participating in the demo day, we'll be sharing out monthly reports for them as a prelude, as a precursor, I guess you can say, heading into the demo day, keeping them updated on what all the different teams are working on. So they'll have a pretty good sense of who you guys are and kind of how you guys are progressing through everything that we have to offer leading into the demo day there. Communication methods and tooling. Standard, I guess everybody kind of agrees on that Telegram is the go-to there. So we'll be using Telegram chats. We have project team chats for all of you. Obviously on the mentor side, we have the mentor chats. We'll have a cohort-specific Telegram chats where we'll bring in together all the teams. This may already be set up. Benny may have already set it up, where we'll have all the teams together in that one chat, as well as all the mentors and advisors. So if there is any general questions or anything that you guys want to run by each other, if you want to collaborate with other teams that are in the program already or just other teams in the ecosystem, we can connect through there. So yeah, that will be just a great way to share learning, share opportunities, and just share amongst each other as we kind of go through the program and as everybody is building together. Cool. So yeah, that's the communication methods. And now we'll kind of dive into what you can expect week by week over the next 8 weeks. So obviously week one, we're in week one, setting the foundation, want to make sure that you guys kind of understand everything that we have to offer here. Introductions with the teams, the cohort, the mentors, the program team. With many of you, we've already reached out and been in conversation over the last few weeks, just making sure that we're aligning on your project goals, your visions, and key deliverables over the next few weeks, and then what comes thereafter. Like I said, this is obviously not just a 8-week program. This is built to set the framework and the foundation for long-term success and a long-term commitment to each other going into the future. And then this week as well, the goal will be making sure that you get the opportunity to meet and touch base with each of your individual mentors on an individual basis, reviewing the product, reviewing kind of what your goals and milestones are upcoming over the next little while here to make sure that they're best suited to help support you with your growth. Week two is really where we kind of dive into kind of the evolution and growth of everything that you have to offer, building up your business, refining your business. I know there's many things that you guys may have already mapped out with some of these topics and things, but we want to make sure we take that time and effort to help refine that, help validate any assumptions, help validate ideas, help validate kind of your growth and your trajectory of the direction that you guys are taking. So a lot of the program will be catered around that. Week two is around refining what you're building and who it's for. The theme of the week is kind of going to be understanding your users and mapping their motivations. Why do people care to use your product? What problems are you solving for them? What opportunities are you helping uncover? So sessions, everything will be catered around that. The goal is ultimately to help clarify and make sure that you have a very clear understanding of who your customer profile is, what your user are, what pain points are you addressing. At this point, we're going to look and discuss with all of you ways that we want to engage the community for product usage and feedback. We'll identify and analyze any feedback that you kind of get through the progress with members in the community, as well as the broader ecosystem of the project. Any opportunities for improving onboarding, et cetera, et cetera. At this point, it's all about product market fit, the user testing, the feedback, and making sure that your base is set on that front. Week 3 is around designing user acquisition and retention strategies. The theme is all about that. It's about designing your go-to-market strategy, identifying the best channels to reach the users that you're trying to get, experimenting with traction, with campaigns and integrations, and what your growth strategy looks like for the short, mid, and long term. Week 4 is around how do you continue getting those users and capturing that value. It's all about retention mechanics, monetization. What's the pricing model that you guys have? Is it working? Does it require an evolution, adaptation, enhancements? All that sort of stuff that takes into building a successful business and making sure that you build sticky users and your product gains success over the long term. Week 5 is kind of like a technical midpoint touch base here. If there's anything that you guys need to iron up as we kind of start getting ready for the demo day and investor readiness and all that sort of stuff, any audits, any technical blockers, things like that. So this is a really technical focused kind of week where we'll have a bunch of technical subject matter experts that are coming in to help support you guys. Reviewing your tech architecture, performance scaling, anything that you guys kind of need to have on that front. This will be more of a collaborative week of sessions where we can connect you with the right individuals to help support on that front. I mean, many of you are great engineers, have great engineering practices within your team. So we'll see and work with you guys to see what makes the most sense there. Week 6 is all about building that narrative and your runway extension plan. So this is like I said, now we're getting close to that demo day. So prepping to raise or scale, preparing to meet with investors, preparing to get everything lined up for that next stage of your evolution and growth. Here we want to kind of focus on making sure that your narrative makes sense. We start running those draft pitches. We'll bring in different members of subject matter experts within that domain to kind of help iron out that story and everything that you guys are building. Post mock pitches, etc. Within that. Week 7 is all about amplifying that distribution and amplifying the visibility of your product before leading into demo day. This we want to tap into the entire MonkeFoundry network. This is where we do that big last push kind of before that demo day. Make sure that you guys are top of mind for everybody. As you're leading into that demo day, give you guys the most visibility and the most opportunity for traction, growth, and success as we kind of lead into that final polishing of who you are and what your product is leading into demo day. So that's the 8 week, any final polishing, making sure that everything is ready for demo day leading into that. I'll pause there and kind of see if there's any questions. This will all be shared out with you guys as well. We will have an onboarding guide that will share with you guys post this meeting as well. And then obviously, as I mentioned, on a week-to-week basis, we will level set this. We will refine this to make sure that it makes sense and fits the needs of your different teams as we go through the program. With that, I'll take a pause and see if there's any questions. Cool. I guess no questions. Awesome. Ben, we'll kind of just wrap it up here with some of the next steps and what you can expect from us, and then we'll keep it open if there's any questions, any conversation anybody wants to have here. So like I said, we have an onboarding guide. We'll share out this onboarding guide. It has a bunch of resources, tooling, kind of framework of everything that the program has to offer. A little checklist on things that you can check and make sure that you're ready to be the most successful as we go through the program. Different the partnerships, everything like that, tooling, etc. Will be kind of communicated there. But obviously, if there's any questions, obviously don't hesitate to reach out to us. Next steps, like I said, connecting with your mentors this week. So we'll get you guys kind of all looped in together. Make sure you get to meet and connect with all your mentors there. Get you all set up on that front to make sure that everything goes flawlessly, or who knows, go flawlessly. Nothing ever goes flawlessly, but smoothly over the next few weeks here. So we'll make sure you're set up on that front. We'll have our first weekly connect with the core team this week. So we'll reach out individually to all of you to get those set up in the time zone and the time that makes sense for all of you. Communication channels, most of them should already be set up. We'll make sure that we check our T's and cross our X's to make sure all the communication channels and everything are set up there. Like I said, make sure you're connected with all the other teams in the program to start having those conversations, introductions, everything to get everybody familiar and comfortable with each other. Like I said, we're going to have a spotlight Friday at Monkey DAO Town Hall. So do let us know if you'll be able to attend. That's at 4 p.m. UTC, 12 p.m. EST. For those of you that will be able to attend there, we'll do another introduction of all of you to the team. So if you are able to attend and come up and just do an introduction yourselves, that would be amazing. People seem to gravitate well to hearing other people talk and kind of putting a voice to the name. So yeah, we have that going today. Like I said, if there is any partners that we any partnerships that we haven't touched on, or areas of opportunities, or areas that you feel would be of great value or interest of you, do let us know. If you want us to get you in touch, I know some of you have already done this with certain teams, certain projects within the ecosystem, do let us know. We want to make sure that we cover all those bases and we get you connected to all the relevant parties and teams. So this is a request open back to you guys over this week to kind of take a look at what are some opportunities, or hey, you think this would be a great team to meet, this would be a great investor that we want to get in touch with, that we can provide that access and that opportunity to. Do let us know who's of most interest and which partners and teams and projects are of most interest to you, that you may not have a direct line to them or you may not have connected with them, and we'll do our best to get you all connected. Like I also touched on earlier, Gen 3s for team members for onboarding. We'll get those all out to you guys this week as well. This is important to making sure that you guys are a part of the community, the Monkey DAO community. You guys can engage with other members. You can kind of help amplify your projects and everything that you're building. Share updates to the community. Gives you full access to everything that Monkey DAO has to offer. All of our communication channels, Telegram, Discord, the Banana Stand, anything. Should you ever get airdrops, you'll get all those. Obviously, they're going to be your wallets and all that sort of stuff. But anyways, yeah, so we'll get those all settled up. And then the focus will just be making sure that you guys are all ready and good to go as we ramp in with week 2 next week. And with that, brings me to the end of my presentation. So now I just we have looks like a 5 or so minutes. Somehow I did finish that in time. Check me. Yes, give me a pat on the back. So yeah, thank you guys all for your attention. I know that was a lot of me talking. Hopefully it was informative and insightful and helped kind of provide you guys with a good foundation, a good framework of what to expect here. Hopefully you guys kind of take this back. If something you guys feel you want to see done differently, if you're like, hey, maybe that's not as much value to me, or hey, I'm not that interested in that, do let us know. You won't hurt our feelings or anything like that, so don't worry about any of that. We want to make sure that everything that we do is driving the most value to all of you. So based on everything that we shared here today, if there's something you want to see more of, something you want to see less of, different ways and opportunities that you want to have us helping support you, do let us know as we go forward. And with that, I'll kind of pause talking here. I don't know if Jemmy, Lilypad, Benny, anything, Cersei, Dev, anyone else here on the team want to add anything. And then if you guys have any questions or anything else that anybody in the audience here wants to share as well.
I'll just add.
No. Yeah,
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Danny. No worries. All good. Go ahead.
I'll just throw in that, as Moon said, there's a wide variety of ways that all of your projects can interact with the MonkeDAO community. I think it would be really good to just start thinking about how exactly you want to do that, whether that's through the banana stand with a feedback form, whether that is live user testing feedback sessions where you sit down with users as they use your product. There's a wide variety of ways that you can interact with the MonkeDAO community, and you can get feedback as zoomed in or as zoomed out as you would like. So I definitely recommend just start thinking about how you want to utilize the community as effectively as possible.
Yeah, so I just wanted to, add on to Moon and Benny's point. Specifically, I think this whole MonkeFoundry sort of batch one really went through a whole series of curation and filtering down to really the survival of the fittest. Of course, we do want to do a huge shout out to everyone who did apply as well. I'm sure, having screened through all the, applications, everyone did take a very considerable amount of time to fill up their applications, but I think, at the end of the day, where we were able to shortlist to the three, were really teams that we were super excited about. So huge shout out to Matt Engine, Span, as well as Pre-Stocks. We find a huge alignment in the areas that they are focusing on. And so specifically within how MonkeDAO can continue to be valuable and can contribute to the growth alongside you guys will be something that we can continue to co-craft hand in hand alongside the help of all these amazing mentors that are with us. But I think to Benny's point specifically, we've been very much encouraging a lot of teams, even, as Cersei and I are talking to a lot of teams, working with them on a daily basis around how to potentially, think of more creative ways. Just because, I think crypto today is not the same like what crypto is or Web3 is. Web3 is probably a more befitting world. And the metas just keep changing over and over again. So we definitely always encourage folks to find creative ways, and this doesn't exactly have to come from like the teams directly. If let's say mentors, you guys do find something interesting, feel free to let us know. And definitely this is a space of experiment. And I just want to do a big shout out once again to Span, Managing, and of course to all the mentors who are part of this cohort one, most importantly. Thank you. And of course, yes, Flojo and our friends at Nomu as well, all part of the MonkeDAO story. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. If there is nothing else right now, obviously don't hesitate to reach out with any questions hereafter. Like I said, we will be a lot more active in the chats this week, just setting up those sessions, the 14 meetings that we'll have with you guys individually this week, as well as making sure you're connected to all your assigned mentors. Like I said, the mentors was chosen very specifically, the assigned mentors were chosen very specifically to address and provide the most value to your teams and kind of the needs and the opportunities that we've already discussed together. But that being said, obviously you saw we have a massive roster of mentors as well there within the program that you'll get a tap into as well. So if there is something where your mentor feels, hey, another mentor in the program could be a value add, we'll pull them in and make sure that you're connected with them. If there's any other subject matter experts that we may not have covered within our existing roster of mentors and advisors, we'll make sure that we bring the right individuals together to help support you guys on that front as well. So yeah, really excited to really get this kicked off. This week is all about level setting, making sure that you guys are all set up with everything that you need. Next week, we'll start with our first Foundry session and the first theme and focus of the week. Really excited about the workshop that we have next week. We'll announce who the presenter for that is going to be. Another thing, one thing that I do want to call and mention is as we do a prelude or a precursor to kind of the sessions that we'll host in the following weeks, we'll make sure that the teams who are, not the teams, the subject matter experts who are presenting on the focus and the theme of the week, they'll want to address and put together kind of their presentation, their session to kind of address your teams and your opportunities and the ways that it makes most sense to you. So there may be some quote unquote pre-work or just some points and items that we can touch on for those presenters to drive the most value to your teams and your projects. So we'll connect on that. All of this will be fluid, and we'll make sure that we coordinate and communicate well in advance to get you guys prepped and ready for all of that. And with that, we'll go ahead and end it off here. We're right at time. So I do thank you guys all for taking this hour out of your day to meet here, level set, and kick off this program with us here today. We're super excited. And ultimately, we want this to be a raging success for everything that you guys are doing and building, and help you guys go to that next level. So thank you all for your time, and we'll be active in the chats, and we'll chat more soon. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.